Okay, so Nate Silver has made the prediction that AOC is the most likely to be the Democratic nominee for president in 2028. First off, stop. This is like putting out your Christmas decorations after Easter. But number two, he's not entirely wrong, and I'm going to explain why. Now, the voter study group has done detailed analysis of voters in the past few election cycles. And what they've revealed is that America's electorate actually breaks down into a couple of different ideological factions. I know we like to think of things in terms of red and blue, but it turns out that a population of 340 million people, as diverse as ours, has more than two opinions. Go figure. At any rate, on the Democratic side, we have your centrist Democrats, and then we have your progressives. Now, the centrists have largely dominated Democratic discourse. These are your Obama coalition Democrats. Think Joe Biden, for example. The progressives, like AOC and Bernie Sanders, have largely been sidelined out of fear that they might alienate voters. So they've kind of been drowned out. Now, the exact opposite thing has happened on the Republican side, where the more extreme MAGA movement, these are nationalists or Christian right folks, have really dominated at the expense of Republican moderates. And so this is why the Republican Party is the shape it is. But that type of candidate is also much better at winning elections, because there's another group of folks who kind of sit in between the two. These are what have been labeled as the populists. These are people who are culturally conservative, so they really align with Trump's cultural message, and they're economically liberal, so they align more with democratic economic policies. But why haven't the Democrats done a better job building inroads? Well, the populists happen to be very suspicious of government and very suspicious of institutions. And because the Democratic Party has largely been dominated by the establishment institutionalist wing, every candidate they produce receives some kind of skepticism from this group. Now, again, exact opposite thing has happened with the MAGA movement, where they appear more real, more anti-establishment, and they really appeal to the populist suspicion of government, of official institutions, but also appeal to them on a cultural note. So if AOC or someone like her is the nominee, they would be much more attractive to those populists because of their anti-establishment message. Now, I'm going to end this as I end every piece of content I put out there, which is to say that our two-party system does a really, 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 really bad job of communicating voter preference. And what we need is a system that makes it a lot easier for these various smaller ideological factions to form their own parties so their voices can be heard.